today's video, we're going to be testing out some build hacks that will hopefully help you and me get even better at building and level up our builds. So let's get to it. First build hack, I'll show you guys a picture of it. It's gonna be a little hard to recreate, but I think I can do it. Also, even if you do not have a house to put this in or don't have a specific place, I definitely recommend to straight up just get a plot and just start getting more of these build hacks. And if you have enough money, then you can technically duplicate the plot and then you can reuse these build hacks and you don't have to recreate them every single time. And the way that I'm going to be building them is gonna make them so they're duplicatable and movable, so you guys will be able to move them around in your houses and duplicate them, put them in different rooms. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so this bed looks a little bit challenging. It looks very intimidating, but I think I can do it. I believe in myself. I'm kind of just going to be winging this a little bit because I can't really see the whole entire bed. So I'm just going to be doing it in the way that I see it and hopefully it'll work out. Like, I'm just kind of going off of what they have there and then I'm just going to be changing it up a little bit. Okay, so I have my beveled cube there and I just resized it, and then I'm going to take it again and resize it down. Then I'm just going to transform it in the cube a little bit, and then I'm going to use a sphere. You will find that you're going to be using these basically all the time because they are so helpful and they can go into so many different shapes, even though, like, look at that. And then it can go smaller, so that way it's kind of like a more rounded, almost like rod type thing, but it also is kind of pinched off at the end, which I really like. And then I'm just going to make this go down into the cube. And then I'm just gonna duplicate this cube real quick, pop it on here, and then I'm gonna delete one of these. Then I'm just going to resize this one more time and just make it small. You know what, we're gonna delete the bottom cube. Okay, so I took this cube and then I made a little bit of a smaller one, and then we took this and just kind of transformed it down. And then I'm gonna grab another one of these spheres and put it on the little cube. And then I'm just gonna resize this down just like that. And then I'm going to transform that just a little bit. And the best part about this is that you will be able to duplicate this leg, so it'll make it really nice and easy. Okay, so there's our leg, and then I also took another sphere and placed it on top and then just resized it just so it will not be outside of the little square, if you know what I mean. So that's what I did. And then we're just going to take this leg and add a couple more things on top. We need this sphere again, and just make sure the whole entire time that you are doing this to be placing all of the basic shapes on one of the basic shapes that you started with. So like I placed this sphere on the bottom cube right there, and that will make it so it's completely copy and pasteable. And then whatever you place on that cube, you can place something on top of that, and then it will still be copy and pasteable because they're all connected. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys do need help with that, I will make a short on it if you guys do need help, but just comment it down below and then there literally will be a short out that you guys can watch on it to help you guys out. Now, this might seem a little intimidating, but it really isn't. It's mostly just a lot of tedious little movements. It's honestly not that hard. It might seem hard, but it's not. I believe in you. I know you can do it. It's a little bit tedious, yes, but I believe in you. Honestly, anyone can do this if you're just familiar with transforming and resizing basic shapes. And then it also looks like on top of this, they took and they placed that on top. And then I'm just going to put this down a little bit. So there's our leg, guys. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna color this now. That way it'll just be colored and we won't have to redo that. All right, there is our legs. Look at it. Beautiful. All right, now we're gonna move on to the even harder part of this. Just remind yourself this whole entire time that this will be copy and pasteable. It's okay. All right, we're gonna grab a bed, and you're gonna want one that preferably does not have a headboard headrest thingy, so like this will work perfectly. So basically what you have to do is you have to place, you can make all of these first if you want, but then you're gonna place them on the bed. After you place them on the bed, like I have this beveled cube right here. After you place it on the bed, then you will be able to copy and paste it. So you can't make a transparent cube and like put it all in there. It will not work. The bed will not copy it, if that makes sense. So yeah, you got to do it this way. So I'm just gonna have a little reference here and take these and just put them on either side of the bed. And then I'm just gonna transform them down and out just so the bedding isn't hitting it. Then I'm just gonna grab a basic shape and resize this. That way it can go underneath the bed, just like that. And then I'm just gonna place it on top of here and transform it down. This is the only way that you are going to be placing blocks, is you must transform them down from the bed. So that's what you need to do. Okay, and then I'm gonna just do this on all the sides. But first we're gonna grab a transparent decal and you're just gonna put that on this and resize it to match the length of the basic shape, and then you're gonna duplicate this basic shape. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put this on all other sides. So now you're gonna need some rod. I'm just gonna kind of make this my own version of what they made. It won't be exact because I cannot see all of the bed, so we'll just, you know, be trying our best here. Okay, this is interesting. Okay guys, we managed to do this. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm trying my best, really am. It's very difficult, but basically what you have to do is you take the standard rod and then you transform it so that it's flat, or resize it so it's flat. And then you're basically just going to be making a shape. You don't have to do the exact one that I'm doing, and you don't have to do the exact one on the picture. You can do whatever you feel like doing, but I'm trying my best to recreate the picture. So what I've been doing is I've just been taking the transparent rod and then connecting it to one of the ones that I already placed down. That way it's just a little closer to me and a little easier. And with this one, we're just gonna make it go upward a little bit, just like that. And then I'm just gonna do that again on the other side. So I'm just gonna get in the zone here for a little while, and then hopefully I'll be back with a good frame thingy. I don't know. Okay, so what I basically did here was I duplicated this up here because it's all connected to this one, this little pole right here. And then I took this pole and I transformed it down and where I wanted it to be. And then it's sort of visible right there, but I do not care. I did not want to remake that because it's basically the same. So yeah, and I'm just gonna grab a small rod and connect these two, and then transform that rod again. There we go. And then we need to make like a little design, and I'm just gonna place a rod there and then also place a rod over here. I mean, it's basically the same. It's basically the same. I'm going to fix them up. Okay, and then we're gonna copy and paste this over here because there's no way I'm redoing this. No way at all. And then I'm just gonna copy this thing right here. Then I'm just gonna copy this over here. Wait, it actually looks really nice. Okay, other than we gotta finish it up. So I'm gonna finish it up, throw some blankets and put a decal under here. And then I will show you the final result. All right, here's our bed. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. This took actually forever, but you can even sleep in it. So, oh, I don't know why it looks like that when you sleep in it. We'll never know, and I'm not gonna try again, but it looks really good. It turned out really good. And I also added the decals for like the bottom, which actually I need to move because this one's not high up enough, but I think it turned out really, really, really good, and I just love the result of it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next build hack. And also guys, of course, it's completely copy and pastable. Yes, it's $21,000, but it's beautiful. It's so cute. Moving on from that insanely hard one, we have a little bit of an easier one to do. You do need a wall for this one. And then you're gonna need this tall double door frame. And you're gonna place that in there. And then you're gonna resize it to be pretty decently big. About there, I would say. I'm gonna place all of this stuff on this basic shape right here. And then you can move it into this after, into like the door frame. And then you're just gonna want to make these a lot smaller. And sadly, this is not going to be completely copy and pastable, but it will be pretty easy to copy and paste. So Yeah, because you can't copy and paste these pillars on this basic shape. So we're just gonna build everything around it and then we'll place these. Okay, and then you're gonna take these basic shapes and kind of make them about this size. And it's okay if there's some left over on the side, because this basic shape, how I have it, isn't exactly the same length as this. It's a little bit longer, so that's okay. And then you're gonna get this small beam and you're just gonna place it on all 4 corners. If you're on computer, the easiest way to do this is hold shift while you're doing it, and then it will place it perfectly. Then you're just gonna place a cross in the middle of this, and then you're just gonna transform it down into that, just like that. And then I'm just gonna recolor this color just to make it easier. Now you do have to do this on all sides, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Now guys, don't make the same mistake I did. Just copy and paste one that you've already made and pop it over here. Then you're gonna take your pillars, or you can make your own pillar, and that's what I'm gonna do, because I just want this to be copy and pastable and not have to drag some pillars across my build. So I'm just gonna make a pillar real quick. Pillars are really easy to do, especially if you want them to kind of look like this, or kind of look like the leg of this bed. So this is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna want a beveled cube, and this is just for the base of the pillar, okay? And then you're going to make it a tad bit taller. Then you're gonna get your cylinder, or I mean your sphere, and kind of make that tall. Actually, no, let's make it smaller. And then I'm just gonna place the same sphere on top of each other. Okay? And then we're gonna grab it again, and I'm just gonna make it smaller and make this one taller, and then I'm just gonna pop it in there again. And I'm gonna resize this one because it's just a little too big for me. Then I'm just gonna duplicate this and then pop it up here again. That way there's kind of like a middle ground area. And then I'm just gonna take another sphere and place that in the middle area. Make it nice and small and put that in the center. And then I'm just gonna do that also at the bottom. And then what they have is basically just a cube on top. And I'm just going to take this and duplicate it and put it on either side. Then you're going to grab a transparent cube and you're just going to transform this down all the way. And then you're going to grab two-sided transparent decal. And then I'm just going to grab this and pop it up here. And we're not exactly going to know where to place it yet because I got to load in the decal. And I'm just going to put this on either side. Okay. And then we're gonna do one more on the like between both of these. Here is this one. I think it turned out really good, and it's super simple. You can change the color of the decals. So if you don't want it to be brown, you can do white or any color that you want. And I think it turned out really good. Of course, you can use these pillars if you'd like, but I think this looks really good. I really like it. And I'll definitely be using it again. All right, now moving on to the next hack. This is a vanity hack for like the bathroom, the vanity in the bathroom, basically the sink in the bathroom with some drawers, and I think it looks really good. So that is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna be using this traditional console table, and then you're gonna get a basic shape and size it the length of the table, and you're gonna size it down, and then you're gonna resize it up like that. I hope that makes sense what I just said. Okay, that way there's still like room at the bottom. Okay, and then you're just going to get another basic shape and resize it so it's flat and make it a little bit taller about there. And then you're gonna make it about this long, I would say. Well, maybe a little shorter, that long. And then you're gonna take it and you're gonna drag it down and out. And then you're gonna get a structural and outline that. I'm going to be using this small square beam, and you're gonna grab another one of those and put it right in the middle. And then you're going to duplicate that and pop it on top and then transform it down. And then you're gonna grab your sink, which you do need a wall for. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see it in the short that she shows you, but what you need to do is take this basic shape that you placed before and basically stretch it out. That way it is under the counter. The length of it needs to fit underneath the counter. Okay, so this is a little bit of a confusing hack. So I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm not exactly sure how she did that, but it's kind of a weird hack. Kind of doesn't make sense, but yeah. Okay, so basically you're going to make your little thingy right here, okay? We already made that. Then you're gonna make sure that the basic shape that you placed before and kind of filled in that bottom area, you're going to stretch it out to the length of a countertop like this. And the countertop that I used was the floating one, this one right here. It's mounted on the wall, this one, and that's what I used. And then I took this sink, since technically what you can do with this is place it however you want. Like you can move it around kind of like a window. It doesn't have to be fixed into something, and it actually can't be fixed into something. So then what you have to do is you have to place the sink first, and then you place the counter, and then you place the thing underneath it, and that will make it kind of look like this. I realize it's a little floating, but it's okay, it's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a structural plank and just put it at the corner of this, and then put it at the other corner, and then I'm just gonna make it thin like that. Okay, color these, and the top part of the console table, you're going to color it the same color as the marble. Okay, so there's our sink. I honestly can't tell you if this is even worth it, because this was very confusing, and it's not even fully like copy pastable. So I don't really know that it's worth it. I feel like it would just be better if you literally just did it this way and just kind of shrank this down, put it back under here like that, and just had it like this. Like I feel like that'd just be better. It just looks better that way. I don't really know how much I love it like this. I don't know. I feel like it looks better this way, and I'm not loving the sink thing. It's kind of difficult, and it's not copy pastable, so it really doesn't make me want to put it in my bathroom. So yeah, I'm gonna say probably don't do this unless you just want this little like console table type storage thing, then that's okay. But yeah, this was interesting. For our next hack, we're going to be using this simplicity chair. There we go. And then we're going to get a cube. I always want to say square. And then you're gonna place that on the ground. Okay, just like that. And you're going to want to make it the exact length of the chair. And then you're gonna grab this shape right here, pop it on top, and rotate it to the side. And then just shrink that down. And then I'm just going to duplicate that and then turn it around to the side. And then you're just going to transform it perfectly on that bit that you made. And then what you're going to do to make this copy and pasteable, just cover up basically the bottom part of this chair, like the seat part, with this and this structural plank, and then you're gonna make it nice and thin. Okay, and then I'm just gonna move this out just a little bit. Okay, and then you can place this on top of this, and it won't really change too much of the look of the chair, but that way it'll still be copy and pasteable. Beautiful. Okay. And then you're gonna grab another cube, you're gonna shrink it down, and then you're gonna put it on either side of these, kind of like this. So it needs to be the thickness of one of these. It needs to be the thickness of this right here, or like the width of it. Okay, I think that's about right. And then what they did is they took a little pot and put that on top. They took this and then they put that on top, and then they sized it down all the way. Oh, really? They didn't. They kind of sized it like that. That looks, yeah. Okay. And then we're just gonna transform this up. This is a little bit weird. I don't know about this. Okay, and then you're just gonna color the whole thing, preferably the exact same color. There's our chair. Now, honestly, if I just don't know that I really like the little pots on top, I'm just not a big fan of it. Like, it kind of just reminds me of a dog or a bear. I don't know. It's just kind of an odd hack. For the very last hack, we have this bench that can be put like in the front where the door is. Kind of like a little place where you can sit down and put your shoes on, or just stuff like that. It's a little entry like bench thing. I can't think of the name. Basic shape, and you're going to make that, and you're gonna want to roughly base the size off of one of these because you don't want to make it too big, because the size has to be the same or else it's just gonna look like this giant blocky thing. There we go. Then we're gonna place a beveled cube on top and just make that about the same size as the cube, except for you're just gonna have a little bit hang off, just like that. And you're gonna grab another basic shape, place it on top, and resize it. Then I'm just gonna transform this up just to make it a little easier on myself. And we're gonna take this structural, and it's gonna be this small beam, and then you're just going to outline the whole entire little cube. Okay, then you're gonna want to make it look like this, and then you're gonna grab like the little sticky note picture. It looks like this one. It's a taped photo, and then you're gonna color the background the color that you're gonna do for the whole entire like drawer. Preferably gonna want something a little darker, that way it'll stand out. Hey guys, I know it looks weird, but this is how it's gonna look. You could mess around with some other frames. I think this will be fine. I'm gonna duplicate it, set it there, and then you're just gonna grab this whole thing, bring it down, bring it out, and bring it up. And then you're gonna take this one and bring it down, bring it out, and bring it back in. Then you're gonna color the base of it. Same wood color, or the color that you used for the background of that image, and just give it a wood texture. And then for the other ones, you're just gonna want to get a little bit of a lighter texture, a color, that way it'll just stand out a little bit better. So it should look something like this, and just make sure to color all of those little rods just like that. And then you're gonna get some pillows. I use these ones, so that's what I'm gonna use. All right, so there's the bench with the pillows. I would say this is a pretty good build hack on its own, and you can move it around, put it up against the wall, like it's really cute. Now I'm going to do the next part of this build hack. Basically what you want to do is grab a basic shape. This is what I'm just gonna do, that way you can copy and paste this, but obviously you don't have to do this if you don't want. And I'm just gonna put this like at the back of this little build thing here. Then you're gonna get a shelf. You're just gonna get this one. Then you're gonna get a towel, a hanging towel. You're gonna pop that down, make it a little bit smaller, and then what you're gonna do is get this standard rod structural, and you're gonna want to make sure to place this on the actual towel, not on the wall, and then just kind of transform them into the towel. And then you're just gonna grab those once again. You're going to place a beam on them, and then you're gonna transform this in to the actual beam, bring it out. You're just gonna make it a little bit wider, and then you're just gonna do that on the other side, and it should look something like that. And then you're gonna grab the Simplicity hook rack, there we go, and then you're just gonna place two of those, color it the same as the shelf. Okay, and then I'm just gonna place this on the hook, and then you're gonna want to recolor that. And then there it is. It looks really, really good. I just love how it turned out. Of course, you can add some more jackets like this one and like size them differently. That way they can be like a kid jacket, and like even like a tinier one for like a little baby. Like that'd be adorable. So yeah, I hope that you guys like this one, and the size on this is not too bad either. Like it looks really, really good. Let me see how much this costed. Only 5,000. I don't feel like that's too bad, considering it's all decorated and made out of basic shapes. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below if you guys want me to do another one of these. And also, if you need any help on anything, I can hopefully help you in the comment section. So just put anything that you need help on, and I will try my best to get back to you and help you out on that. And also, if even one person just comments that they don't know how I'm making it like duplicate, and how to properly like duplicate this stuff and make sure like all the pieces are together and able to be duplicated, then I will make a short on that if you guys want me to. But if you guys are all good, then I don't need to. If you stayed till the end of the video, make sure to comment down below the little builder man emoji, because we were little builders today and did lots of build hacks. So yeah, bye everyone, have a blessed day.